Hey guys, welcome back to another practice. Today we're going to be doing a quick practice to help you cool down. So if that means after an intensive workout, a run, a long day at work, like something to just connect you back to your breath, back to yourself, and just getting yourself ready to chill. So grab a blanket or a pillow if you have it at home. Put it to the side for now, and we will use that later. But first, let's just come to the center of our mat and ground down into Tadasana. Bringing our feet hips distance apart, spreading our toes wide, bringing our arms to the side, and let's just breathe here. Connecting with our breath, starting to rock slightly back and forth from our toes to our heels, almost matching our breath. Deepening your breath, breathing into your tummy, rocking back and forth. Let's take one breath here. Deep bend in your knees and inhale our arms all the way to the sky, bringing our hands down to prayer, Anjali Mudra. Breath, and let's swan dive all the way to the front. Starting with a pretty big, deep bend in our knees here, bringing the top of our belly to our thighs. And again, finding that rocking motion, slowing down our breath, dropping our head, shaking it no, shaking it yes, pressing our belly into our legs. Let's put our hands flat on the ground and start bending into that left knee and leaning into that right leg, starting to stretch out your hamstrings. And switch. And just going at your own pace here, walking it out, dropping your head. One more breath. Let's inhale, flat back, bring your hands to our shins, and release, reverse swan diving all the way back up. Inhale, exhale down to Tadasana here. Again, finding that breath, that slight rock, tuning in, slowing ourselves down from a busy day, from an intense practice. Or if you just want a chill connection to yourself here, slowing yourself down. One more breath. And let's walk our legs out, bringing our toes to point away from us. Starting to tuck our tail. Breathe our hands up. And let's hinge at the hips. Stopping for just a second, you can bring your arms in. Starting to stretch into the hamstrings a little bit more. And release your head down. And here we are, forward fold again. Stretching. You can bring your hands to the middle of your mat or grabbing onto your ankles, pulling yourself a little deeper. Dropping your head. One more breath here. Let's walk over to the right, squeezing our body close to that right leg. Almost twisting towards it. getting a slight spinal twist, but also still stretching deep into your hamstrings. One more breath. Let's walk our hands back through the middle over to our left. Again, squeezing your body towards that leg. One more breath here. And walk back to the middle. Coming to a flat back, looking in front of us, and release one more time. Bringing our head a little closer to the earth. Shaking your neck. No. A yes. Maybe a swirl here, ambiguous no or yes. One more breath. All right. Coming to a flat back and heel toeing our legs in to the point where we feel like we can squat, making sure our toes are facing out and starting to bend, tucking that tail into a deep squat here. Your heels may lift, that's fine, mine do. But really pressing through your knees here with your arms, working those heels towards the ground. Breathing here, trying to work your spine straight. We don't want to hunch over, we want to work it straight. You can rock back and forth, starting to loosen up your legs. Breathing here in our deep squat. Pressing into our thighs. One more breath. All right, let's release our hands, walking them out in the middle and dropping our head, just getting a little bit of a better stretch into our neck, our lower back, our whole back. Sitting back into those heels a little bit more if you can. One more breath. All right, transitioning your way into your hands, starting to press yourself up, and here we are, forward fold again. Standing here for just a moment. You can heel toe your feet in just a little more. Inhale, exhale, bring your forehead a little closer to your knees. And inhale all the way back up. Pause with your hands stretched towards the sky. And release again to prayer position. Let's come to the front of our mat. And inhale again, our arms up, swan diving all the way down. Bringing our hands to the mat, pressing evenly into our hands, bending our knees. And let's step back to plank just for a moment. And then lowering all the way down. Pushing yourself up to cobra. Again, just slowing ourselves down here. You can be at a lower cobra or all the way. Again, we're just feeling what feels good to our body. Not really worrying about the traditional pose. Just feeling your pose out. Let's sit here a little longer. Rolling those shoulders down and back. One more breath. And let's release. Okay, bringing our hands to Sphinx. So an 11, parallel to each other. Pressing in through our elbows, pulling with our hands, and lifting up, engaging our thighs, pressing the tops of our feet, getting a real deep lower back stretch. Breathing here. Feeling your lower back release tension. Take one more breath. And inhale, release. Bring our hands to our middle chest. Slowly pressing our body back up. Coming to a wide knee. Child's pose. So our knees coming about mat's distance apart. And pressing our chest towards the ground. Dropping our head. And pushing our butt back to meet the heels. And releasing this pose just for a moment. Rocking our head on the mat, relaxing our forehead. One more breath. And let's press ourselves back up. Coming to one side or the other, bringing our feet to star position. So our heels a good amount, like arms distance away from our pelvis, actively bringing our spine up. Inhale, and letting our body hang over our feet. Again, you can just comfortably relax here. You don't have to actively press your thighs into the ground, just relaxing your body, releasing the tension from the day. Coming back to the breath, seeing where you are, how you feel. Let's take one more breath. Maybe going just a little further, dropping your head. And inhaling back up. Bringing our legs back in now with us, a little bit more of an active version of this pose. So Baddha Konasana, bound angle. Again, we're working now the thighs a little bit more actively towards the ground, but holding at our feet just a little bit deeper for a stretch in those hips. We hold a lot of tension in our hips, so it's really nice to start working that tension out, especially at the end of the day. So let's inhale here, bring our chest towards the sky, and hinge at the hips, bending forward, looking out in front of us. Again, we might not be able to come as deep as we did in star pose, but wherever you are is okay right now. Again, not worrying too much about the original pose, but just what feels good here. So actively, again, pressing those thighs towards the ground. And bending to the point you need to, maybe walking your hands out, dropping your head, cooling yourself down, loving yourself. Wherever you are today is where you're supposed to be. Coming to the mat is half the battle, half the time. So you made it, you're here, welcome, love yourself for that. Take one more breath. Let's inhale, come up just a little bit, and just walk our hands over to the right side. Nose over knee, bringing our left hand to the inner of our thigh, just pressing it away from us, getting a little bit more of a stretch on your side left body. Breathing here. One more breath. And let's walk back through the middle, stretching in the middle just for a second, and coming to the left side. Bring our right hand to our right thigh, pressing it down and away from us, and leaning over our knee, our left knee. Breathing into your spots that are holding a little bit more tension. And inhale back up. All right. Let's bring our feet to wide-legged seat here, or a V. Again, you don't have to have too much of if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can push yourself forward. But if you just want to take it easy today, you had a long day, just come to an easy V. Again, though, making sure toes are pointed towards the ceiling to protect our knees. Seeing where you can sit, if you can sit comfortably without touching the ground and you're not rolling back or forward, just comfortably on our sits bones, Ishrila tuberosity, bringing our hands to our chest, Anjali Mudra, taking a breath in this position. Inhale our arms up, And coming to the right side, grabbing wherever you can, either your ankle, your big toe, your thigh, wherever you can, whatever feels good. But bending at that right elbow and stretching your arm over. Again, a little bit more of a stretch here in our side body, but also working towards twisting our chest to the sky. One more breath. Inhale, back up, taking a moment in the middle, bringing our arms up and down through center, heart center. Breathe here. Again, working our toes towards the sky and releasing to that left side, grabbing wherever you can. Arching your hand over your side body and peeling your chest to the sky. Bending at your left elbow. One more breath. And inhale back to the middle. Let's come straight down the middle now. Again, not pushing yourself too hard here. If you're not feeling it today, you can bend right here and just feel it. Feel something different today. But relaxing and loving and listening to your body. Dropping your head. Letting your tension fall from the parts of your body. You can feel it. Breathing into those. Not holding any unnecessary tension in your jaw or your forehead. Maybe your neck. One more breath. And pulling ourselves back up, bending at the knee, grabbing behind the thighs and bringing our legs in. At this point, let's come here, bringing our arms behind us, bending at the knee, and just windshield wiping our thighs, loosening up the tension accumulated. Finding what feels good. Trusting yourself, trusting your process. Some days we have to slow down. I know I've always wanted to do an exercise or a practice where I'm like, I'm definitely burning calories, I'm building muscle, and that's great and very important, but finding some time to slow down, cool down, listen to yourself is extremely important. Some days we need it. Taking one more breath, pause in the middle, and let's press up into our hands and pressing our body into reverse tabletop. Just a quick stretch here, dropping our head not all the way back, holding it up, looking towards the sky, breathing into our belly, push it up, your belly, release your body back down. All right, bringing our legs straight out in front of us here, removing any of the gluteus parts, coming fully onto our sits bones, sitting up straight, tall. You can flex your heels or your feet here, but you can have a slight bend in your knee if that feels good for you today. Wherever you're at, let's take a breath. Inhale, bending at your hips. And releasing down, bringing your head down. Rocking back and forth. Just to release a little bit more tension in your body. Finding your natural rhythm, your breath. Let's inhale, extend flat back for just one more moment. And release a little further down. Actively stretching forward, but again, have a slight bend in your knee if that feels good for you today. One more breath. And then let's come back up. Grabbing that pillow or the blanket and folding it, if it's a blanket, up to make a little wedge for yourself here. Bringing it behind you, making sure the edge of the pillow or blanket is right at the base of your spine. You can slowly roll down over it. Again, bringing our head, our neck hangs off just a little. If that's hard, you can bring a pillow under your head too, or just let your head hang. Bringing your chest up a little bit induces relaxation, opens this area up, allows a little more breath to be able to come into your body, especially if you're trying to cool down. You can keep your knees bent here or come straight down, whatever feels good for your back. If you're feeling a little bit more tension in your lower back today, keep your knees bent. Pressing our elbows into the ground, lifting our chest a little bit more, and releasing those hands. Letting your feet roll out. Coming back to your breath. Letting your chest shine towards the sky. Slowing your breath down even more. Tuning into yourself. Thanking yourself for coming today. And practicing and allowing yourself to just be, whatever that means. To slow down, cool down. Feel free to stay here for as long as you like, letting your shoulders and chest relax. Thank you for joining me today for this quick cool down practice. I'm Yoga Birch. Namaste.